people. My name's Moth, my pronouns are they, them, and welcome to another Stardew Valley video. Today, as you can probably tell, we are starting on a brand new farm. Not only that, but look at the size of this farm. It is tiny. So it definitely adds a lot of limitations and stuff like that. I kind of want to do 100 days on on a tiny farm. I don't know if I would make that on a video for a video on my other channel and not ASMR form. Maybe I'll do an ASMR video as well of the entire process, but for right now at least I'm just kind of going with the flow. You guys really seem to enjoy the last video that was a long playthrough, so I thought I would do another one of those. And in this video I have a bit of surprises. I have a few surprises. I thought we could try and play a game that I'm going to call Guess That Trigger. I'm sure videos like this exist, but I did kind of think it up. But yeah, I'm sure this is not an original idea. But the tiny farm video, there is a video that I got inspired to do this. So I'm going to link that below, and one of the triggers I saw from a different ASMR artist, and I'm going to link their video below. When I get to that trigger, I'll let you know as well. But yeah. So yeah, if you want to tune out my voice and just have background noise for your own gaming, don't have to pay attention to me at all. You don't have to, obviously. But if you want a little more entertainment, if you're trying to fall asleep and it's difficult to do that when, it's just somebody chatting, then this will be kind of useful. It'd be more entertaining, I guess. So, let me try and grab. I have here my first trigger. It is very flat. Hopefully I explained I don't think I even explained the idea. Okay. I'm basically going to slowly describe an object and try to get more clear with my description. And then you'll guess it. But try and see if you can guess it as early on as possible. This object is very, very thin and very flat. Yes. So it's about a foot by foot long, I guess, and tall. But I think it's a little more tall than it is long. And then there's edges that are very thin. They're probably maybe a fourth of a centimeter. So they're very, very thin. And one of those edges they have along the object, one of those edges opens up to a slit, and in that slit you can pull something out of it that is round. It is a circle, and it is also very thin. Let me put that back in there. And on the front of it there's a picture, and it is of a landscape, and there's a purple sky with a mountain and a beach and a lady and a man, and they're drinking champagne. And then there's words on it. Lots of words on the front. Even more words on the back. So let me read those out to you. I think it'll become pretty clear what it is once I read these out. If it's not clear already, the Mystic Mood Orchestra plays Night Tide, recapturing the melodies, moods, and sounds of dusk to dawn. ... Theme from a summer place, summertime, Shane days of wine and roses, strangers in the night, invitation, singing in the rain, Nevada Smith, my own true love, Daphne's theme, Moon River, and Laura's theme. So, And then that's the front. There's lots of information on the back. It says all of the same stuff on the left side, and there's a lot more. It kind of goes into detail about who writes the songs and how long the songs are. And then it goes into detail, like produced by Brad Miller, and it talks about the production and the recording engineers. Also on the front, there is a WB for Warner Brothers and 2593. And then on the back, again, on the right side, there is a bunch of words just talking about, I guess, like, how they made this. So it says the ultimate artist of this album is the sound of nature. Those night sounds, so mysterious, so familiar. From the very first thunderous crash of the surf to the final distant cries of a nostalgic steam locomotive whistle. These dream sounds serve perfectly to conjure up a mood of nostalgia and romance. My own personal record collection numbers nearly 4,000 albums. But if I had to give it all up but two, they would both be the copies of a new Night Tide. I mean, who wants to get up to turn the record over? Oh, I get it. I think he has two record players. Maybe, I don't know. I'm confused now. But 4,000 records. Oh yeah, the person that said that was Jim Lang, KFO radio personality and star of ABC TV's The Dating Game. So Jim Lang really likes this record, and yeah, it's a record sleeve. So inside it holds the record, and the outside just tells you all about the record. I'm pretty sure you know what a record sleeve is, but I guess the point of this is to, over-explain stuff. So yeah, that was the very first object. Let me see. Okay, now we're gonna do this one. So this one is a lot smaller than the other object, and it's kind of in a cone shaped, but like a flat cone. It has, I would say, I guess how do I say this? Okay, it's about my hand tall, and different points. So like the bottom of it is about my first knuckle, like my tip to my first knuckle, or my last knuckle, depending where you're counting the knuckles. It's like, I guess if I had to go in inches, it's like an inch, okay? So it's like it has a circle base, and that's about like an inch in diameter. And that circle base can actually unscrew. You probably can't really hear it unscrewing because it doesn't really make a noise. It's got ridges on the side of it, on the side of the base, and it's just a little piece of plastic, a decently hard plastic. But as you travel up the base of it, the actual body, I suppose, of the object has a bit more of a flexible plastic. And then on the very top, it's like paper thin, and it has more ridges and a hole right in the center of the very top piece. It's kind of in like three sections in different plastics. You have the base of it that unscrews, then you have the body, which is like that flimsy plastic, and the top, which holds it together at the top. Well, not really, I don't know, it's just a piece at the top. Honestly, I guess it's because there's like a circle on it, right? And that circle would be like what you would hang the product on, like the merchandise, and then you take it off that little hook thing, and then you pay for it. Yeah, so it is white. The entire thing is white, except for on the front, there is a black square rectangle, and in that black square rectangle, there is writing that says Liquitex Professional Heavy Body Acrylic, and there is black writing on the front that says titanium white, and then it says it in French and in Spanish. I don't know how to pronounce it in either of those languages. Bloc, blanc, de tatin. That's my best impersonation of a French, but that's not what you would say. That's my best French accent. French reading. That's my best French, honestly. Yeah, and then it says some other stuff like PW6, tells you about like the light fastness, has some different labels. Then it says 59 milliliters. There's an E, 2 US fluid ounces on the bottom. And the back has a bunch of writing as well, and a barcode. Also, there's black paint on it, because I'm a very messy painter. And if you couldn't already tell, it's a acrylic tube. Not too hard. I'm sure once you heard me say heavy body acrylic, you probably were catching on pretty fast to what this is. But yeah. Why am I standing completely still? Am I standing completely still for you guys, or is my computer like not catching up like the gameplay? That's weird. Well, anyways, I suppose. Moving on, it probably is just messing up, like, because I can kind of see what's happening on the screen when I'm recording this. Is my audio even recording? No. What the heck? As it turns out, my audio is recording, and my computer just was being weird. Anyways, back to it, I guess. This next object is a little bit weird, and there's lots of different pieces. It's completely made out of plastic, and it is about my hand long and tall. It's what is that? Maybe 2.5 inches, and yeah, it has lots of different pieces to it. I'll kind of let you listen, see if you can guess. There's like a little a connector piece that you can move, makes little clunky noises, and you can twist the piece of it. It's like a ball, cone shaped, it has bumps and ridges all over it. The object is plastic, but it's like an object in real life. Probably doesn't look like this exactly. I did get this at the dollar store. It's like a beige color. Some parts are dark gray because it has like a bit of shading on it. This object in real life, you probably haven't seen. It's also pretty big. I don't know if this thing exists this big in real life. To be honest, have I ever? I have. I have seen tiny versions of this animal. I guess I'll just say it. Except it's not an animal. Well, it is an animal. It's a skeleton. Am I giving it away? I'm sorry. There's a rib cages. So many ribs. I don't think this animal has as many ribs, but there is. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 ribs. Who needs 12 ribs? People in real life eat this animal. I think the French are known for eating this animal in a specific part of its body. Specifically its legs. It's a very cute animal that hops, makes ribbit noises, or croaking noises, I guess. It's a frog, skeleton, plastic toy. His name is... My refrigerator is making noise. What the heck? My refrigerator would not stop making noises, so I just unplugged it. But, okay, I'm not filming this in a kitchen. By the way, I'm in my bedroom, and I have a mini fridge in here that I found on the side of the road, which is pretty cool. It's a little bit broken. There's like a chunk on the top missing, but don't worry, it's not like an important part. It has Bob Ross magnets. Anyways, this is beside the point. As I was saying, the frog skeleton is named Martin Ugly Frog. One of my little siblings gave me the inspiration. Actually gave me the name. I was gonna name him Martin. And I said, what should his name be? And they said, Ugly Frog. So that is his name. Very cool. Okay, another interesting object. This object is quite heavy. It's very heavy, actually. Has lots of interesting shapes. It's made of plastic and metal and glass, and there's a lot of... This is gonna be loud. That was very loud. Actually, I feel like that just gave it away what it is. You probably recognize that sound. But I won't tell you yet, just in case you don't. There's just a lot of moving parts, really. It makes a lot of different noises. Metal-y noises, I guess. Mechanical noises. It's very old. It's like, I don't know when it's from actually, exactly. But it's old, I don't know. Wish it was like a date. Maybe like the 60s. No, maybe like the 80s. Yeah, that makes more sense, I think. 80s, 90s. I don't know. Technology, okay? It is technology, I guess. You can open it up and then you stick something in it and then you roll it and then you have 20 times to roll this top piece back and you click it and then it like captures the light and it puts it onto the roll of film that you put inside. It's a camera. It's an old camera. I really want to I actually have film that I could put in it, but I don't know how to work it. So I really just need to do some research. It is broken, but I think like only a little bit. There's like a little bit of a crack in the inside of the glass because there's like 2 glass planes. But I think they could make interesting pictures. Yeah. It's a very cool camera. It's very heavy. I love this. It's like one of my prized possessions. I bought 4 old cameras for $73 on the Facebook Marketplace a long time ago. Probably about 3-4 years. Okay, I guess it's not that long ago. It was like 3-4 years ago. Which really isn't that long. It feels long when you've only lived for not even 20 years. 3-4 years is a long time, especially when you're not conscious for most of that. Well, okay, not most of it. That sounds like I wasn't conscious till I was like 14. Anyways, I'm not conscious for a big part of it, okay? Not a big part, you know what I mean. Okay, this one's pretty cool. I wonder if you'll get it. This is a cylinder. It is made of glass, and it holds things. In this specific cylinder of glass, it holds makeup. It holds 1, 2. Oh, that was loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 makeup brushes. It holds a powder puff. It holds 2 lip liners. Oh, it actually holds another makeup brush. I don't know what number I said, but it holds another one. 2 lip liners and mascara. I actually don't think it's made of glass. I think it's made of ceramic, pottery, clay. I don't know what it's called. Yes, it is a cylinder, but on the cylinder, on the side of the cylinder, there is a handle. And on the front of it, the colors are black and orange. Halloween colors, but it's not Halloween themed. On the front of it, there's a flame. It's a logo for something very, very cool. This thing, this cylinder, you can't even buy it anymore. It costed me $25 with shipping, and I had to get it. I remember telling my mom, I was like, I need this, I need it. And it was my money, of course. And she was like, you can do whatever the heck you want to do with your money. I was like, thank you. So yeah, I bought this, and I was so excited when it came, and then I never touched it because I was scared of breaking it, because it is something that you can't buy anymore. But on it says, in the orange flames, it says, Good Mythical Morning. So yeah, it's one of the old Good Mythical Morning mugs. Then they changed the design. My guess is because it is Halloween colors, so it's a bit weird, but yeah. I like the mug. I also like it because it's Halloween colors. Orange is my favorite color. Or brown, depending if you want a color of the rainbow or not. Sometimes people are specific. When I say brown and then they're like, no, color the rainbow, I'm like, okay, orange. Technically, brown is a orange, you know, just like a deep orange. But if you said your favorite color is pink and then someone was like, oh, so your favorite color is red? But then again, if you were to say, I love language, specifically language in relation to color theory, because if you were to say that light blue was your favorite color, you could just say blue is your favorite color, right? But you can't do that with pink. And there are different languages that have names for the different shades of colors, and this is why orange, linguistically, is the best color, because, like, as far as color theory goes, because when you think of orange, what do you think of? There's very limited room there. Orange is orange, you know? But green is the worst color in color theory linguistically in English, because green is so broad. You can say the grass is green, and then you can say mint ice cream is green and pine trees are green. There's a million different greens in the world. And then when you try to even color in grass, really realistically, it's like a dark yellow, muted dark yellow. If you're doing like digital color, digital painting, and then if you try to make green with paint, you'll get a much better result if you add very, very little blue. Because once you add blue, it just becomes really, really cool, and I find warmer greens are much easier to work with and much more likely to appear in real life, especially because if you were to take grass, right, which is green, but then you were to put it in a room with red LED lights, well, and then, you know, all the LED lights are on, so the lighting is now red, what color is that grass, right? Color theory is so interesting. I could talk about it just forever. I love color theory. I love everything about it. And yeah, I just think that's really important. And I think that's where a beginner artist really struggles, because they'll look at an image and they'll go, oh, skin color is this color. It's a tan, a beige, a brown. When realistically, you have to think about the lighting, because lighting affects color, right? So whether you have warm lighting, cool lighting, red LED lights, the lighting is going to affect the color, right? Yeah, anyways, there's my rant about color theory over. So yeah, it was a mug. Good morning mug. Very cool. How far? I'm only like almost halfway done this video. So I don't have very many triggers left. I'll just have to like find stuff that are surrounding me. My floor's kind of messy right now because I was working on a painting. Well, I finished the painting. It's a self-portrait of me. I'll put it up on my Instagram probably by the time this video is up. So you can check out my Instagram in the description if you want. I have art stuff going on. I like the painting a lot, but I did like there's like a strong shadow in it. And I eventually just had to move on, right? Like last night I stopped and I was like, you know what, I can either sit here and work this over and over and over again, or I can move on, right? So I decided to move on, but I feel like the shadow, it's very red and very, I don't know, I just don't like it very much. But like the painting as a whole, I think is very lovely. And yeah, I'll have it in my Instagram, so you can check it out. Check out my other paintings. Our next object is perhaps if there was a burning fire. Oh my god, if there was a fire. Actually, I think I could save like a lot of things in my room, because if it was like outside of my room, hypothetically I have a window, so I could just like open the window and then cut through the like screen and then throw a bunch of stuff out and then climb out the window. I'm in a basement, kind of. So it's like the window leads to the ground. It's like ground level, I guess. So I wouldn't like have to jump, which would be good, because I'm pretty sure if I jumped I would break my ankles. It hurts when I like jump off swings. I'll get like shooting nerves if I try to jump off a swing. Oh, speaking of my nerves, my feet are asleep. Ow, also my foot just cracked. Sorry about that. Okay, I think I'm talking really loudly. I'm sorry. Anyways. But this, if I can only save one thing, actually I don't know. I don't know what it would be, but it might be this. I don't know, maybe. I hate the idea that I have so many things that are so precious to me, but this is one of them. Okay, so this object is a rectangle cube. Is there a word for a rectangle cube? Because a cube isn't that square, or can a cube be a rectangle? I don't know, you tell me. It's kind of crinkly. You can also tap on it. There are 6 sides to this. It is probably about 7, no, I think this is 9 by 5 inches. And then the thickness is probably about 1.5 inches. So this is the front of it. This is one of the edges. This is the back. This is another one of the edges. Another one of the edges. This edge in particular has little bits of paper sticking out of it. And yeah. Let me see. The front of it has a statue, like a Renaissance statue picture, and it's very muted and yellow, and it says international bestseller, and there's a little circle that says author of the Goldfinch Pulitzer Prize winner 2014, Donna Tartt, The Secret History, a novel in thrilling ... a remarkable, powerful novel, and a ferociously well-paced entertainment ... forceful, cerebral, and impeccably controlled. The New York Times. Completely agree. I love this book. I'll say, it said novel, so I'm pretty sure you would have guessed it's a book by now. I love this book more than anything ever. It's my favorite book of all time. Yeah, I'm on my second read through. I got it for Christmas last year. So you can open it up, flip through different pages. I opened to a random page, page 184, and it says, walking around to the passenger side, Henry looked up. What's that? The deer? Did you kill it? Henry opened the door. It looked pretty dead to me, he had said. Okay, I don't know why I laughed. And then it says, it goes on. This is like there's like a little break, and this is like a different scene. And it says, there was a long silence, and I underlined this part. My eyes were smarting. My eyes were smarting from all the smoke. A thick gray haze of it hung near the ceiling. My computer screen keeps turning black. Hopefully that doesn't affect anything. Probably doesn't, but... So what's the problem, I said. What do you mean? What happened? Did you tell him about it or not? Henry took a deep breath. No. We might have. But obviously the fewer people who knew, the better. When I first saw him alone, I broached it carefully, but he seemed satisfied with the dear story, and I let it go at that. If he hadn't figured it out on his own, there was certainly no reason to tell him. The fellow's body was found, and an article ran in the Hampton Examiner, no problem at all. But then, by some rotten stroke of luck, I suppose in Hampton they don't get too many stories like this, they published a follow-up story 2 weeks later, Mysterious Death in Batten Kill Country. And that was the one Bunny saw. It was the stupidest thing, Francis said. He never reads the news. Paper. None of this would have happened if it wasn't for that blasted Marion. She had a subscription, something to the early childhood center, said Harry, rubbing his eyes. Bunny was with her in the commons before lunch. She was talking to one of her friends, Marianne, that is. And Bunny, I suppose, got bored and started to read her paper. The twins and I went to say hello, and the first thing he said, practically across the room, was, "Look here, you guys, some chicken farmer got killed out by Francis' house." Then he read a bit of the article out loud. Fractured skull, no murder weapons, no motive, no leads. I was trying to think of some way to change the subject when he said, "Hey, November 10th. That's the night you were out at Francis's. The night you ran over the deer." "I don't see," I said, "how that could be right." "It was the 10th. I remember it. Because it was the day before my mom's birthday. That's really something, isn't it?" "Why, yes," we said. "It certainly is." I'm reading the next page. I'll only read one more paragraph. It says, "If I had a suspicious mind," he said, "I'd guess you'd done it, Henry, coming back from Batten Kill Country, that night with the blood from head to toe." Oh my gosh. I love this book so much. Sorry if you just got spoiled a bit. Not really, of the book, but you need to pick this book up for yourself if you haven't already read it. It is so beautifully written, and also gay. It's a little bit gay. It's quite a bit gay, actually. And it's beautiful. It's very cozy, very fall, but also like intriguing and mysterious, and I don't even know how to put it. It's beautiful. A masterpiece. And I cried at the end. And Henry Winters, is he extremely morally gray? Yes. But I love him. I love all the characters. Actually, I really like him. I like Francis. And then I liked Bunny. But then I didn't. Here's the thing, though. In my opinion, Bunny is portrayed the worst. He's portrayed obviously the worst of all of them. Spoiler alert, but not spoiler alert, because the very first sentence says that they killed him. Literally the very first sentence of the entire book. So it's not a spoil. But basically they kill Bunny. And when they kill Bunny, I was upset. Wait, what am I trying to say here? Yes, I remember now. Basically, I think Richard is an unreliable narrator, so I believe that he amped up Bunny's quote-unquote, like, evilness, his flaws, but then he, like, dimmed the rest of their flaws, to try and, like, make them seem like the good guys. So because of that, I don't know how bad Bunny was, especially because some of the things that he says is very weird, in my opinion. I also believed that Bunny was gay, and he had a lot of internalized homophobia. But yeah, he definitely says some extremely bigoted things, very misogynistic, very homophobic. So, it's just a very bigoted person, but I think they all were, if I'm totally honest. I think that they all were extremely elitist, extremely pretentious. I'm hitting my kneecap with my fist, so sorry if you could hear that. But yeah, anyways. Super, super amazing book. Definitely should pick it up. And beside me, actually, I have another book. What? Crazy. Sorry you didn't guess what it was this time. My foot is completely numb. Like, completely numb right now. Not even pins and needles. Just, like, numb. Okay, I tried stretching it out a little bit, so it didn't, like, I don't know, maybe it needs blood flow or something. This book, though, is Donatart. Okay, I don't know how to read this. It's in French. Le matin de illusion. That's my best French. I'm kind of trying to learn French, but also haven't made a lot of progress in it. I can say bonjour. I can say bonsoir. Bonne nuit. So, I can say a lot of French. But I bought this book, I guess because I'm pretentious. I can read a little bit of it and pronounce it decently, not super well, but decently because of Google Translate and just copying and memorizing the words. So here is the very first sentence in the prologue. It says, La neige fondait dans les montagnes et Bonnie. Okay, this is where my pronunciation is gonna get a lot worse. I think it's était mot debout plus chaud ce mot quand nous avons fini par comprendre la gravité de nos situation. Okay, that was maybe not the best pronunciation, but as much as I love languages, they take so long to learn. They take forever, like genuinely take so long, and I'm very impatient. So I haven't made a lot of progress. But let me read you the very first sentence in the prologue, but in English. Okay, here we go. The snow in the mountains was melting, and Bunny had been dead for several weeks before we came to understand the gravity of our situation. So yeah, the very first sentence literally says... Well, I guess it actually says he'd been dead for several weeks, but it goes on. The very first page talks about it was difficult to believe that Henry's modest plan could have worked so well despite these unseen events. We hadn't intended to hide the body where it couldn't be found. In fact, we hadn't hidden it at all, but simply left it where it fell in hopes that some luckless passer-by would stumble over it before anyone would even notice he was missing. I really like the use of pronouns. Obviously, definitely kind of distancing himself from the murder and treating Bunny's body like an it. But then he even says that I don't know, I think it's kind of interesting. But I guess depending on your view on death, is that Bunny anymore? I guess not really, because he's dead, right? But it was Bunny's body. But is what makes us human, our brains and our memories and our actions and our choices and our ideals, our beliefs. I'm kind of just saying the same thing over and over and over again, but you know what I mean, right? It's kind of crazy. You know, in a single instant, all of that can just be gone. I feel like that's why I believe that we have to have souls, and that we have to go somewhere when we die, or something needs to become of us. Because it's kind of unbelievable to think that when we die, we're just gone. And all of those things, that all our memories, all our experiences are just lost. You know? In an instant. So, we just got a little philosophical. I mean, this book is very philosophical. Super good book. Critiques classism, critiques academia, critiques a lot of things. Mostly those things. I think it critiques aesthetics too. This idea, like being pretentious, being elitist, thinking that you're smarter than everyone else, that you're better than everyone else, and that you get kind of like special treatment, almost treating your life like it's a movie, like it's a book, and even if your actions aren't good, at least they're interesting, you know, and at least you have an interesting story. So it kind of critiques all of those things. Donna Tartt, I think, worked on this book for 13 years or 7 years, and then The Goldfinch was either 13 or 7. I can't quite remember which one's which. One of them is 13 and one of them is 7. So she works on her books for a long time, and you can tell, like, you can really, as you read it, I think it's wonderfully written, and I think every single word matters. And for me, at least, I find it very interesting to try to dissect what Richard is saying, what's true, what's false, because a lot of what he's saying could be a lie. And of course, Richard isn't even the main character. He just is like, he's just there. he's just hanging out. So he's an unreliable narrator who's basically getting secondhand information. Who's getting secondhand information? So what are the true events? What's the true story here? But you don't have to go that much digging. That's what I really like about The Secret History, is you can read it once, experience the whole story, put it down, and never read it again, but still know what you read and still have experienced it and thought it was very lovely. It's definitely character exploration, though. Do understand that. The plot is very slow. And there's not a lot of plot. They kill Bunny, and that's about it. To be honest, most of the book is them talking about the aftermath and the consequences of Bunny's death. But I think that it's very important, because, yeah, it's more character exploration than it is actual plot, but it's very aesthetically written, very beautifully written. It's an amazing experience. There's parts, like 2/3 in the way, that gets kind of boring. And there's a lot of info dumping. Well, not a lot of info dumping. There's one chapter that has like 3 to 5 pages of just info dumping from another character telling Richard, because, yeah, obviously he wasn't there to experience a lot of the plot points in the book. So anyways, that is The Secret History. I could gush about it forever. I want to make a whole video where I read The Secret History, like sit down, put some candle, light a candle, get the atmosphere all cozy, and do some reading. Perfect fall-time book. Very lovely, very academic. I have a lot of things planned for fall. I want to do more spooky videos. Spooky videos, because I did played FNAF 2 in one of my videos, and I want to do more horror games. I want to maybe read creepypasta. That's something that a lot of people do that I'd be interested in, or like Reddit stories. Maybe see if I have Coraline. I don't think I really have any horror books though. I have Carrie. I could maybe read some of those. I want to do baking. I think that'd be really cool. Do some baking with you guys. Maybe some arts and some crafts. Let me know if you have any ideas. I think it was a little bit close to the microphone there. I apologize. Sometimes I doze off and don't really pay attention that I'm even recording. But I don't doze off. I guess I don't know. I'm kind of absent-minded, but I think my brain's going in 10 million different places. What I'm trying to say is, if you have any ideas for what you would like to see that's called Fall Time Cozy, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear it. I actually am working on a video that has to do with the secret history. It's gonna be a roleplay video. I have it all written. I've had it written for like 2 months now. Just haven't actually sat down and filmed it. Yeah. And then hopefully I'll get that filmed up and posted because I think it'd be really cozy for fall. I love fall time. I love spooky season. I've so gotten ready for spooky season. I've been watching Glam and Gore. She's a channel Mikey, and I've been watching all of her ghost hunting videos recently. Well, I was actually doing that painting that I was talking about, the self-portrait. I watched all of her videos. I've been rewatching Gilmore Girls, which, oh my god, I forgot how bad that TV, like, I don't want to say it's super bad, but it has its place, and it's background noise, and you can feel it for the aesthetic, but honestly, it tries to be, I heard someone describe it as, it tries to be like Jane Austen. I forget the writer's name, or the creator's name, I apologize, but the creator, I believe, is a woman. I don't know if there's one creator or two, but, like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Amy something, but yeah, I'm sure you say, because I can't really remember, but it was described as, like, they try to be Jane Austen, but they don't quite understand what makes Jane Austen Jane Austen. And I think that's really true, because Jane Austen, I feel like, does a really witty job at writing stories and making conflicts with interesting characters. But Gilmore Girls is frustrating, and like Rory is frustrating. So anyways, I'm still rewatching it though. I just like it for the fall time vibes. Yeah, I definitely want to do cooking. I've been watching a lot of TikToks that like are like, ooh, 70 more days until Halloween, and they do like little cooking videos, and I want to do like a little Halloween recipe. I really want to do what's it called? I almost said English muffin. It's not that. It's like a roll of dough with cinnamon buns. But you like stretch it and like, and then you put red icing, and it looks like intestines. And yeah, I really want to make that because it looks gross. And I feel like let me think here. I need to think of another thought, something to say. I mean, I guess, yeah, I just want to make more cozy videos for you guys. This video, like in this playthrough of me playing Stardew Valley, I fish so much. If you've been watching this, which I kind of doubt, because I don't know who would sit there an hour and like actually watch it, but if you are, hey, shout out to you. I have just been fishing for so long, but it's the best way to make money early on, so I was trying to make the big bucks. I really want to do a min-max world where I try to make like as much money as possible in spring 1, because I followed, actually I'll link that video as well. I followed a min-max kind of, but more casual. Yeah, so I'm gonna link that video as well. It's something Fox, but very good channel. Has a lot of information on this min-max routine that I really want to do properly, but I kind of followed it lightly for this tiny farm, at least in the beginning, because later on I don't really pay attention to it. So yeah, I'll link that as well. But I had a lot of fishing, definitely a lot of fishing, and a lot of little mishaps. I did a few things that were not super great in this playthrough, but you live and you learn. That's the best thing. To be honest, a lot of the playthrough was spent in fear of even doing anything, because I was so scared that I was gonna mess up, or like I didn't know what to do. So, but you know, you live and you learn. And here I believe I'm giving Linus a gift for really no reason. I just got bored of fishing. I was fishing so much. So yeah, I go to Linus and I give him a little gift. I have a few mods as well beyond the tiny farm mod. I have seasonal outfits, and I have a color mod, and I have a simple foliage mod, which makes the trees look nice, and the mushroom trees. I'll link that, all the mods below, just in case you're curious. Lots are getting linked. Lots of links. Lots of links in the links. In the description links. I don't know if I have anything else. 1 second. To be honest, I don't have anything else. No more prompts. But I did just find this beside me. It is scrunchy and squishy and fabricy. And it's blue. And it was on my last video. What was my last video? My last video was... Yes, my last video was the eye exam in the alleyway. So he was in the last video. So if you watch that, you might already know what this prop is. It's got a little plastic bit, big little plastic ball, and 2 circles that have they're thready, and more thread, a little bit more thread, and it's about, I don't know, 9 inches tall, and it's very blue, except for it has a red, green, and yellow bow tie, and on the top of it, it is wearing a hat, and on the hat, the blue hat, it has holly on it, with 3 red holly berries and 2 holly leaves, and it's Freddy Frostbear. It's a FNAF collectible from Funko. His name is Newt. What's his middle name? Newt. What is his middle name? Oh, I can't believe this. It's Newt something Frost Williams. This is terrible. I can't believe I forgot his middle name. Is it Evan? No. No, it's not. What is it, Newt? I'm gonna message. No, I think I have a video of me saying it. I can't believe this. I forgot this. My little brother might know what it is. But his name is Crank for short. He's named after Newt from the Maze Runner. That's why I call him Crank. For short. I'm so sorry for forgetting your name, Newt something. It's not Evan, because Evan is... Because I basically got matching with my brother. And Evan is his name. Wow, I can't believe I forgot this. I'm terrible. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. Oh, look at that. We're almost done, I think. I can't remember how long this video is. I think it's an hour or something. Oh, no, I think it's just under an hour. Wait, is this the last night? Oh, that would make sense. Because it's... Wait, let me check. I think it's 9 p.m. I honestly can't see because, I don't have very good eyesight. And my computer is kind of far away. My stomach just gurgled. It's currently 12:47 a.m. So it's the witching hour. It's 12. Well, I guess it's the witching hour 3. I think it's 12 to 3. I know this is when fairies are most active. I need to go outside because I have water that has eucalyptus leaves and roses in it, rose petals, and I want to dump it in my sister's garden because I don't know what else to do with the water. So I need to do that, and I want to do it tonight. And then I'm gonna go to sleep because I am sleepy. I just got over a cold. Luckily, this cold was not that bad. It was really just a sore throat that lasted a day. And then it's gone now, so that's great. I'm pretty sure I had COVID. If I'm totally 100% honest. All my roommates, well, actually, yeah, so my roommates, they have COVID. Ooh, my PC is running low. I need to go get that plugged in. Well, luckily this video is almost done, but my roommates have COVID, so I haven't been able to leave the house for a while, for like a week. And beyond that, I hadn't left the house in a while. I wanted to go to the library, but then obviously it's not responsible to leave the house right now, so the library can wait. Next week, I believe I can go, but so a few days ago, I started getting a sore throat, and I'm like, oh man, I bet you I have COVID now. That makes sense. You know, I try to get apart from them, but you know, you can't always be done. And I got a test done. I did a little test at home, and it came back negative though. But that was when my sore throat was just starting, and it was mostly just scratchy. It might have been a false negative. I think it had to have been, because the chances that I just got a random cold while everyone else has COVID, kind of slim. So, anyways, but technically I don't know, because it did come back negative, and we didn't have any more tests. So I could have just had a random cold that lasted a day. It was super weird. I feel fine now, honestly. So that's at least good. I was happy. I was scared because I don't know if I got COVID technically, but I'm just scared because I don't have very good lungs. So I wouldn't want to end up, in the hospital or anything or at risk. So I try to keep very safe. But yeah, I am vaccinated though, so also could have helped a lot. How long is this video? I swore it should be over by now. Let me see. Okay, I can't really see anything. I'm trying to figure out how much longer I have to talk. What should I do? There's endless amounts of opportunity. I'm really hungry. But I technically already brushed my teeth. What would I even eat? I could eat Twizzlers, or I could eat peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That wouldn't be bad. At least it's something. I ate dinner. I ate rice and tofu and onions. I like to make onions where I put them in the frying pan, and I cook them on medium-low heat, and then once they start going a bit translucent and they're like what are they? Like long pieces of onion, not like an entire ring, but kind of like a third of a ring of an onion. So it's like a long ring, not a ring, long piece, and then oh wait, the video's over.